All right, so I don't normally search the interwebs. I was a little bit out of time. I've got this 22 Mercedes here, and I need to take the ECM out so I can take the programming out of it. Of course, since I'm in a hurry and I need to get this done, the stinking slide clip broke. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. Of course, the first thing you need to do is breathe and calm down. It's not that serious, just relax. Don't break this damn thing. Just keep telling yourself, if anyone else can do it, you can do it too. This is a Mercedes-Sprinter that we're working on. But it doesn't matter. If you've got a broken clip, you need to look at it, see how it functions, and I'm going to show you in this video. Relax. Woosah, woosah, woosah. We're going to start with removal of the ECM. There's two tabs right here. We're going to pull them two tabs back, and then that allows us to slide the ECM out that way. While I was doing that, one of the connectors, the slide broke, and the reason that happens is because there gets dirt up inside the slide there, and it doesn't want to move. Now this one worked fine, even though it tried to break on me, but we can tell back there's a bunch of dirt. So you're not going to hurt anything. You want to spray some penetrant on this, try to work this back and forth. And how it is supposed to work is you would push this clip, and up underneath here there's a little tang right there that clip stays on. So you push on that, and that allows that to swing over. Sometimes, not on the Mercedes, but on the Chevy, you're going to have this little lock right here. You'll pull it back, push down on that, pull that back, and then that's going to push away. That's how a cam lock is supposed to work. But this on this Mercedes, not so much so. However, the functioning of the cam lock on your Mercedes ECM, or most ECMs, is identical. What it does is these little pins right here, even on the Mercedes, this little swivel will lock those pins into place. And you cannot move the swivel back once it's out, because there's little clips that push it back in and then allow it to slide back down. So when I went to work on my Sprinter, unfortunately, this didn't decide to do that on the other one. I ultimately, even though unintentionally, ended up breaking this off, but this gives me the ability to make a video and show you how to get this out once I figure it out too. Hopefully this isn't going to take much. We got a little screwdriver here. We can tell by looking at the other connector that these little portions slide out. We can tell by looking at this that there's little gears on here that drive this outward. So I think one of the better things to do is I'm gonna chop off these zip ties holding this so I can bring this ECM out to a better location. Because I'm standing on the poop bucket, it's a pain in the butt. All right, so we got this out. We're gonna start inspecting it and see what we have to move here. Okay, so if I take my broken latch and I put it back into the place where it's supposed to be, we see how the gears mesh right here and here. I don't know if this is gonna be important, but you see how this tab is out like this? And this tab is not. So when you insert the connector, it pushes out on these tabs, allowing you to pull that rocker back and put it into place. I'm just going to point out some things as I notice them. Keep in mind, I didn't know any of this before I started making this video for you. So that's why it's going to seem like it's a little bit redundant. If this video ends up helping you, please hit the super thanks. Consider subscribing, giving me them thumbs up, whatever you want to do. You can even put a playlist on, turn the volume down, and let them play if you don't have money and you're a broke guy like Clay. So first off, here in the back, we can see that this slide is further out than this slide. And then if we look down here at the top, we can see a notch right there, and that notch on the other side here is further out. So this slide is in further than this slide here. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to take my screwdriver and I'm going to gently tap this, and I'm not going to tap it much because as this goes up. It needs to come up at the same time as them go out. What I'm not going to do is turn my screwdriver sideways. I'm going to turn it to where the flat part is meeting the flat part of plastic and connecting as much as possible. And we're not going to tap so hard that we bust off the ear. That would be bad. Not good. Don't do that. We just got to take our time and be patient and keep telling ourselves, well, if Clay can do it, I can do it too. And as hopefully you can see there, I'm starting to get them back. Once I get them out so far, I should be able to take pliers and pull them and get this up the rest of the way. You can also tell I'm getting it up a little bit that way too. Make sure you have some penetrant down inside this connector. It will make it much easier to slide these back with your little screwdriver. Do it incrementally and you will be successful, I promise. You're going to be tempted to put a screwdriver down in these slots here, but I recommend that you don't, because they're angled at the tip and you will slide behind them and break the outside of the connector. Well, I got it off. My tangs were down inside there like that, and I knew I needed to move it a little bit and pull it up, and as I moved it and then I pulled it up, it just came off. So now, before I go to put my ECM back in there, I'm going to clean all of this up and make sure everything slides smooth. It wouldn't even hurt to put some dielectric on this connector right here and make sure all of this is really nice and clean. Just take a wash rag with some soapy water and clean all of that up. I really can't stress enough how important this connector is to be clamped down properly. So don't think you can go without these things, because they are a necessity to it. Underneath there's a rubber gasket accordion thing, and it's designed to make this a watertight seal. So that's why it has to be clipped. And then as that clip moves, it sucks it to that ECM. It's extremely important. Okay, so now we got this tuned for a little bit more power. We're going to go ahead and put this thing back together. And how we're going to do this one that's broken is we're going to slide these clips from the inside of here. So this is the first connector that we're going to put on. Now we're going to push that on there till it stops, and we're going to push it in with our flathead screwdriver incrementally back and forth until it latches down. Then we're going to check the connector to make sure it's seated properly. Now we're going to take a look at this and make sure that these two areas are square, to make sure we have it pushed in correctly and everything's latched down. Now we're going to hope for rainbows and fuzzy bunnies. All right, I got my fingers crossed, and I'm got to be honest, I'm not really touching cloth. I've done this quite a few times. Look at that. No more check engine light. Turbo's spooling. Let's go for a ride. Oh, this had a lot of problems. Misfires, DPF, particulate filter full, so I wasn't sure if this thing was going to start up without any codes. Actually, it was. So my name's Clay with Clayway here in Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Michigan, Western Michigan. If this video was helpful, please consider subscribing, clicking the notification, sharing my videos. Give me them sweet old thumbs up. If you've got a question for me and it's not baby mama drama related, you can look me up on Clay's AC and Auto Repair over the Facebook Messenger. I'll try to help you if I can. If I can't, doesn't matter. It's free anyway. Don't be the next to them. Be the first of you. And if anyone else can do it, you can do it too. That I promise you. God bless, folks. Have the best of days.